So I just want to thank everybody at the table. Would any of you folks have a question for anybody at the table? We have the greatest talent in the world at this table. Anybody have any questions?
Maybe ask one question about Saudi, sir. There's been a reaction. There's a statement from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I just saw it. Just came out.
What was your reaction to that?
Well, I think it's a good first step. It's a big step. It's a lot of people. A lot of people involved, and I think it's a great first step. You probably know that very fair person, Reuters, and you probably know that you're very good, very, very good. We have a tremendous order. Probably the people around this table have the vast percentage of the $110 billion order from Saudi. We have $450 billion, but on defense we have $110 billion, and I would say almost 100% of it would be sitting right around this table with the great companies. Raytheon's here too, just great companies. Very important. I don't want to tell them. I don't want to look over and tell Marilyn or Dennis, by the way, we're going to take $25 billion worth of sales away from you, because that would mean a lot of jobs. It would mean a lot of everything. And Saudi Arabia has been a great ally. But what happened is unacceptable. We are going to see they've arrested, just for the people at the table, a large number of people having to do with the event that took place in Turkey in the consulate, the Saudi consulate. And it's a big first step. It's only a first step, but it's a big first step. I do. I mean, it's early. We haven't finished our review or investigation, but I think it's a very important first step, and it happened sooner than people thought it would happen. Yeah?
But the notion that there was a fist fight, and as a result of the fist fight,
well, I don't know that that's a notion. I mean, that's a theory that's being thrown out. I don't think anybody said that, but they're saying there was a fight, but that's a theory that was put out. But they're going to be giving us a full report. But they have arrested a large number of people, and good first step. Yeah. I don't know that that's a theory. No, I don't think so at all, because they weren't out front with me in terms of what happened. This is really we just got this report from them, and you got it along with a lot of other people. No, I think that we'll be talking to them. We'll see what happens. We may have some questions. We do have some questions. And as I told you, I'll be working on this with Congress. Congress is very interested in this one, and we'll be working with Congress. But I would prefer, if there is going to be some form of sanction or what we may determine to do, if anything, because this was a lot of people they're talking about, and people pretty high up. But I would prefer that we don't use as retribution canceling $110 billion worth of work, which means 600,000 jobs. I know it sounds easy and it sounds good, and a lot of people have said, oh, let's just not sell them $110 billion, or I guess you take it a step further, let's not sell them $450 billion, which is the largest order in the history of our country. I went there to get that order. Saudi Arabia was my first stop, and everyone thought that was unusual, but I said, I want you to order a tremendous amount of stuff, right? Everything, your stuff and everybody's stuff. And Wilbur was there. They ordered $450 billion. There's never been anything like it or close. The last thing I want to do is say we're not going to supply you with that, and therefore we're going to cut. I guess if you add the whole thing up, because just for the military it was 600,000 jobs. So now if you're talking about, that was 110 billion, you're talking about over 1 million jobs. I'd rather keep the 1 million jobs, and I'd rather find another solution. But this was a good first step today. Okay? Anything? Yeah.
Lindsey Graham said he's very skeptical of the Saudi narrative. Do you share some of that skepticism too, and do you intend to speak with the Crown Prince or the King in the next day or two to get their side of the story?
I will, yeah. Before I start making those statements, I'm going to speak to the Crown Prince. And I've spoken to the King. I want to speak with the Crown Prince. And, I think we're getting close to solving a very big problem. And again, remembering the people around this table know it better than anyone. Martha McSally knows it better than anyone. They've been a great ally in the Middle East. We need them as a counterbalance to Iran. And so it's not the simplest solution. It's not the simplest situation to be in. But I think we're doing very well. I think we've come a long way in a short period of time, and it'll get solved. It'll get solved. Okay? Yeah, please.
Sir, do you trust the Saudis to carry out an impartial investigation, given that the Crown Prince is kind of in charge of it, or do you think a third party would be involved?
Well, we have third parties involved. We're involved. We're involved. Turkey is involved. And I wouldn't say they're exactly friends. I would think that Turkey and Saudi Arabia, they're not too friendly. And Turkey's involved, and others are involved, frankly. I mean, people are not happy about what happened. But this is a very big turnover when you look at the number of people that they say were involved. That was a very important thing that they did, and they did it soon. They did it, we thought it was going to be the end of next week. They did it soon, which I think is very smart. But no, I would have to say they have been our ally. We've had great relationships with them. This is a horrible event. It has not gone unnoticed. Okay?
Mr. President, can you speak to the family